I'm Ashton Addison from EventChain for Investment Pitch Media and Crypto Coin Show. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Anton, Dziatkovskii, and Tony Vasilev of Q DeFi Rating, the DeFi aggregator. Gentlemen, welcome to the show, and thanks for taking the time to be here today.
Thank you, Ashton, for having us today. Happy to be here.
I would love to kick off the interview by just starting with a high-level overview, Anton, if you would, and focus of Q DeFi Rating and some of the solutions that your team is providing throughout the blockchain industry.
Okay, so we've been in industry for a while, since 2016, and we are a team of software engineers. We started to work, to write some code on Solidity in 2017, and since 2019 we start to see rising of DeFi projects, and we found that sometimes DeFi projects interface not looks very easy to understand for common user, and now in 2021 we have many farming projects, and usually the figures this farming project showing you on the front end how much you are making, it's not very honest figures. So we found many liquidity providers losing their money or don't know exactly how much they are making, and we decided to create some kind of dashboard for liquidity providers and for common users to see more precisely how much you are making, and are you making or are you losing? Maybe you have an impermanent loss. So
Definitely.
Idea to help LP providers.
That's great. And I didn't know that. You know, there's a lot of platforms that just tell you about projects, but to actually be able to see the returns and calculate it more precisely, obviously, is going to be very important. Tony, would you say that Q DeFi Rating, this part where you can actually calculate the gains, is that one of the competitive advantages of Q DeFi Rating compared to other informational and rating platforms? And are there other competitive advantages that you would say? Because there are other platforms, but they seem to be more informational.
Well, there are similar services, but there is no competitor with such a detailed and diverse functionality. So we have managed to combine as much information as it possible in one place. So it's DeFi Pulse, CoinMarketCap, farming projects, ROIs, research, etc. So anyone who uses or wants to start using the DeFi infrastructure can benefit from our ratings features. So our aggregator allows you both to track your own investments in DeFi or to find news and some information about different projects to invest in future.
Definitely. Well, that's good to know. And there are so many DeFi projects coming out, and every day there seems to be more, and the numbers just never end. Like, obviously there's a lot of ideas to be innovated throughout the space, but it seems like a lot of projects. How many projects, Anton, have your team included in the rating system? Do you have all of them or just the best ones?
So we are starting from the most popular. We partner with the graph, maybe, you know, they're indexing a lot of blockchain data, and it's quite easy for any aggregator to suck the data from the graph. But we found if you want to add on to our aggregator project from like Solana, from Avalanche, from soon to build a project based on Kusama and Polkadot, and even Binance Smart Chain. So we should build our own, we should raise our own nodes, and we should take data by ourselves. So we start from the most common projects, and we are continuously adding the new projects, and the more popular projects, the more chances we'll add it. Or in case if you're like listening right now this interview, you can send us a message, and if you think any like project should be added, we are happy to analyze and connect.
That's great. And in terms of analyzing the project and the rating part of Q DeFi Rating, how exactly do you rate a project as good or bad, or what are you basing the ratings on?
So yeah, we do have two options. We have a dashboard for you as a liquidity provider, and you can see how much money are you making providing liquidity, and there are different kind of liquidity providing. You can provide liquidity on Pancake or Uniswap, and you're affected by impermanent loss. Or you can provide liquidity in a vault with one asset, and you have no impermanent loss, but you could potentially have other losses or gains, depends on the coin price and so on. And so could you repeat your question?
Yeah, I was just saying in terms of the rating system for each platform, is it just around the gains, or are there other ways that you're also rating the quality of the DeFi projects?
Yeah, so we started, first we started to rate different projects depend on on-chain data. There are two kinds of data. You have off-chain data, which could be easily faked, even like Twitter subscribers, Telegram participants, any off-chain data could be faked. But on-chain data couldn't be faked. It's the truth. And we start to analyze, for example, if it's like a swap protocol, how many users are using this swap protocol? Okay, let's talk about Pancake. Yep. Like recent spike of the Binance Smart Chain volume, right? But are all of these wallets which are working on Binance Smart Chain and making a volume, are these real wallets? Or it's just a fake wallets?
Yeah.
Because, I do respect Binance, but in case you have unlimited amount of ballots, because you're just printing them. So we start to read on-chain data, and we can easily tell you, is this protocol real and gaining real interest from community, or is it just a washing trading?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's important to know.
Just open Etherscan or go to our website, and you'll see the on-chain data, the truth.
Yeah, no, that's definitely following those metrics, seeing which platforms and protocols actually have legitimate transactions, and they're not just wash trading, or they're more centralized. And that's been a question with BSC, Binance Smart Chain, and even Tron blockchain, on how many transactions are sort of just being created for the sake of adding transactions, and does that add real value to the protocol? So to be able to decipher between that using DeFi rating obviously would be beneficial. So that's great to know. And Tony, earlier you mentioned DeFi Pulse and some other platforms that integrated a single view to get an overview of each of the projects. I know there's a DeFi Pulse viewer in the platform. Maybe you could talk about the importance of having that on Q DeFi Rating.
Well, we developed a pretty convenient interface to check the total value locked in DeFi across 6 popular blockchains, not one. It's important. You can even check our stats for every blockchain separately or commonly. A bit lower, you will find the project rating by TVL with a personal page on every single project. You will find general info, details, category, cap, even a guide on how to use the project well. On the same page, users can find the project's rate itself with a detailed methodology and a lot of useful information, like, for example, our last thing is uncensored chat.
That's great. And there's also a research center on top of that, which I'm guessing has even more information. Anton, can you talk about the research center and how you've added that on top of the projects as well?
So in our company, we have probably roughly, I couldn't tell exactly because it's a part-time job in our company. We have 15 analysts, DeFi analysts, the guys who are analyzing different DeFi projects. And it's a daily duty. And they're making a report after they did an audit of a particular project. And we thought it would be a good idea to share our internal audits with community, and we start to make some kind of articles about projects. And we do an audit, including off-chain data and on-chain data. We're analyzing the smart contracts and finding some vulnerabilities or some weak points. As you just said, some projects, they're quite centralized, and we're trying to understand how community could be protected from too much centralization. And we're also analyzing the token economy, the social presence, and giving our humble opinion. Who are they, and is it safe to play with them long time?
It's good to know. And Tony, with the platform right now, you have a lot of information on there. There's seems to be a lot of traction going to it as well. Are you incentivizing users and early adopters to use Q DeFi Rating, or are you also getting a lot of organic adoption? And what's that balance like?
Yeah, right. That's a good question. Q DeFi Rating is now in beta, and we receive feedback and improve it on daily basis. So we are acting carefully in terms of new user attraction. Our task is to make the entrance in Q DeFi Rating as organic as possible. And in other words, we must adopt to users rather than user adopting to us.
Definitely. And what would you say is you're in beta now, and in years to come, what's the long-term goal of building this platform?
It's simple. So we are striving to become the #1 DeFi aggregator in the world, and we think that we can achieve it. We want users of the rating to have a universal solution in order to fully enjoy DeFi. So everything should be collected in one place.
Definitely, I agree. And Anton, you're in beta right now. What are the next steps for the release of the platform, and is there any timeline around when the users can expect more updates?
So if you're trying to connect more blockchains, soon we will connect Solana blockchain, and on top of Solana we already have some DeFi primitives, DEXs, like I forgot what the name of Solana DEX.
Serum DEX?
Yeah, Serum DEX, yes. Also, we are connecting now Avalanche, and as soon Polkadot and Kusama will be launched, we will also connect Akala. That's the first DeFi parachain to our aggregator. And you as a user, if you have in your wallet any coins, any derivatives, any internal coins, you will see all details. How much you paid to buy, do you have any gains or losses, and so on.
That's great to know. And in terms of the long-term success of Q DeFi Rating and have widespread user adoption and becoming one of the top DeFi aggregators, as you said, is your long-term goal, what do you think will be one of the key factors to success in reaching widespread adoption?
So we are struggling now to find to make our interface more easy to use, and I think it's all about interfaces and mass adoption. Now I can also tell you our interface are very sophisticated and really like some only liquidity providers who really like have some experience in playing DeFi farming. They can understand everything, and we are now trying to simplify all interface and make it more easy to understand for common users. And it's the more primitive, simple interface, the more users you will gain. But we definitely want to have sophisticated version for advanced users.
Definitely, the usability is going to be super important, and making it easy for people. DeFi in itself is already a little confusing for people, even that are in cryptocurrency, to understand liquidity pools and farming and yield farming. So to make that as easy as possible, I think that's a great key factor to success. And Tony, on the flip side, what are some of the challenges, do you think, that your team will have to overcome to get past where you're at now and have more mainstream adoption?
Well, that's a good question. So I'm mostly about engineering myself, and blockchain, although as fairly quite a secure technology, it is not perfect at all, as you know. And the problem we face quite usually, is that many APIs does not work perfectly. And data sometimes comes to us with some, for example, zero values, and we have difficult formulas. And if one kind of data is zero, you understand that formula doesn't work. So therefore, they extract the same type of data from different sources in order to obtain objective figures that the user will see on their screen is our goal up to now.
Definitely. And for viewers and traders that are already in the DeFi space and they're already yield farming and they want to start utilizing the dashboard that Q DeFi Rating has, what's the best way for them to get involved? And for those people that are just learning about it, what's the best way for them to learn more?
Well, you should go to our website. I hope it will be on the description, and you can just Google like Q DeFi Rating and follow us on our socials. We have a brilliant support that will help you.
Definitely, Tony. I will leave the links in the description box below as well for the socials and the website. And Anton and Tony, both, thank you, gentlemen, for coming on the show, talking about Q DeFi Rating, spreading the news and more information about DeFi projects that are innovating all of these different industries. And all the best with the platform as you continue to grow. And let's follow up in the near future.
Thank you very much, Ashton.
Thank you, Ashton. Really very nice interview.